Hello everyone, and welcome to MCQ for Exam. In this video, we bring you 100 most important MCQ from November current affairs, which is useful for all competitive exams. So make sure to watch till the end. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let's start. First question. 20th G20 Summit 2025 was hosted by which continent for the first time? Africa. Which country's former Prime Minister was recently sentenced to death? Bangladesh. COP30 2025 will be hosted in which country? Brazil. Which film won Golden Peacock for Best Feature Film at 56th International Film Festival of India? Skin of Youth. Which organization has been granted Mini Ratna status recently? Hindustan Shipyard Limited. What is the name of Google's newly launched 7th generation AI chip? Ironwood TPU. Dharmendra, who recently passed away, was popularly known as He-Man of Indian cinema. International Arya Mahasammelan 2025 was held in which city? New Delhi. What is the theme of India's 75th Constitution Day, celebrated every year on 26th November? Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman. Nitish Kumar was sworn in as Chief Minister of Bihar for which time in 2025? 10th. India's first indigenous anti-submarine warfare ship recently commissioned? INS Mahe. Where was centenary celebration marking 100 years of Indian hockey held? Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium, Delhi. India-UK joint military exercise Ajay Warrior held at which location? Bikaner. Where did the India-France air exercise Garud 2025 begin? Mont-de-Marsan, France. What was the theme of 44th IITF India International Trade Fair 2025? Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat. Which countries participated in exercise Malabar 2025? India, USA, Japan, Australia. Which two countries participate in exercise Mitra Shakti 2025? India and Sri Lanka. National song Vande Mataram recently completed 150 years. Who composed it? Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Which city in India will host the 2030 Commonwealth Games? Ahmedabad. Who has been appointed as brand ambassador for ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026? Rohit Sharma. Which countries will co-host the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026? India and Sri Lanka. Which team did India defeat to win the Women's Kabaddi World Cup 2025? Chinese Taipei. Which Indian player won men's singles title at Australian Open 2025? Lakshya Sen. Where was the World Boxing Cup Finals 2025 held? Greater Noida. Which nation became the smallest ever to qualify for FIFA World Cup 2026? Curaçao. Which format of cricket will be played in 2028 Los Angeles Olympics? T20. Which country handed over 8 cheetahs to India under Project Cheetah recently? Botswana. GSAT-7R, India's heaviest communications satellite launched recently, with what weight? 4,410 kilograms. India defeated which country in the final to win 2025 Women's ODI World Cup? South Africa. Who was sworn in as the 53rd Chief Justice of India? Justice Surya Kant. Who won Miss Universe 2025 title held in Bangkok? Fatima Bosch. Which state was declared Best State in 6th National Water Awards 2024? Maharashtra. President Murmu became first Indian head of state to visit which African nation recently? Angola. Which sector in India is planned to be open to private sector? Civil nuclear power sector. In which city will the Vision for Sujlam Bharat Summit 2025 be hosted? New Delhi. What is the name of the operation launched by India to provide cyclone relief to Sri Lanka? Operation Sagar Bandhu. Which country received 73 tons of medicines and vaccines from India to support its healthcare system? Afghanistan. Who became 2025 FIDE Chess World Cup champion? Javokhir Sindarov. Which city became world's most populous according to UN World Urbanization Prospects 2025 report? Jakarta. Which company has become Team India's official colour partner under a 3-year BCCI deal? Asian Paints. What is the primary objective of Nai Chetana 4.0 campaign launched recently? To boost gender equality. Which state approved formation of 3 new districts, Polavaram, Markapuram and Madanpalle? Andhra Pradesh. Which country participates with India in the 19th edition of Exercise Suryakiran? Nepal. Which state declared Anandpur Sahib, Talwandi Sabo and Galiara as holy cities? Punjab. Who won the women's title at Indian Open Squash Tournament held in Indore? Anahat Singh. Who has been nominated as next Executive Chairman of National Legal Services Authority, NALSA? Justice Vikram Nath. On which date is the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women observed each year? 25th November. Which city served as the primary host for Khelo India University Games 2025? Jaipur. What is India's overall rank in the Commitment to Development Index 2025? 36th. Which countries launched AECITI partnership to strengthen cooperation on green technology and AI? India, Australia, and Canada. Which country won the inaugural Blind Women's T20 World Cup 2025? India. What is the theme of the National One Health Mission Assembly 2025? One Earth, One Health, One Future. Which country has been selected to host COP31 in 2026? Turkey. What is India's rank in the Climate Change Performance Index 2026? 23rd. Where was India Post's first Gen Z-themed post office inaugurated? IIT Delhi. Who is said to be inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in August 2026? Roger Federer. Who was awarded Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for 2024? Michelle Bachelet. In which city is India's first dedicated Tesla center opened? Gurugram. From which country will India source 10% of its LPG imports under the new 2026 deal? United States. In which city will India host the Global Big Cat Summit in 2026? New Delhi. Which traditional white stone from Gujarat has recently been granted a GI tag? Ambaji Marble. On which date is National Press Day celebrated in India? 16th November. In which year is ISRO's Chandrayaan-4 lunar mission scheduled to be launched? 2028. On which date is Janjati Gaurav Divas observed each year in India? 15th November. What is India's rank in the Henley Passport Index 2025? 85th. Which states, Puri and Sonapur beaches received Blue Flag certification for 2025-26? Odisha. Which countries will jointly host the 2026 FIH Hockey World Cup? Belgium and Netherlands. What is the AI-based system introduced by Indian Railways to monitor wagon door locking? Drishti. Which Padma Shri environmentalist, known for planting hundreds of banana trees, recently passed away? Salumrada Thimmakka. Which country was elected to UNESCO's Man and the Biosphere Council for 2025 to 2029 term? Oman. In which state did Amit Shah inaugurate the Sagar Sainik School and Sagar Organic Plant? Gujarat. In which region was the Neoma Airbase inaugurated by the Indian Air Force Chief? Ladakh. Which country celebrated its 50th independence anniversary attended by President Murmu? Angola. Which institution developed India's first quantum diamond microscope? IIT Bombay. Who won the 2025 Booker Prize for the novel Flesh? David Szalay. Which state plans to set up old age homes in all its districts for senior citizens' welfare? Nagaland. Which country became the first South Asian nation to join UN Water Convention in 2025? Bangladesh. Which Indian state approved the Prohibition of Polygamy Bill 2025 to criminalize multiple marriages? Assam. In which country did India operate the Aini Air Base, its only overseas military base? Tajikistan. Who has been appointed as the first woman to lead UN tourism? Sheikha Nasser Al Novais. Which state launched the country's first tribal-focused genome sequencing project? Gujarat. Which African nation will receive a $200 million line of credit from India for defense modernization? Angola. Who became first Indian para-archer to be selected for able-bodied national archery team? Sheetal Devi. In which city was India's first fully digital museum dedicated to tribal freedom fighters inaugurated? Nawa Raipur. Which country had the highest absolute rise in greenhouse gas emissions in 2023-24, as per UNEP Emissions Gap Report 2025? India. Which bird has vanished from most of its historical nesting sites in India, as per Wildlife Institute of India report? Vultures. Which state became the first to partner with Starlink for satellite-based internet services? Maharashtra. What is the name of Google's project to build AI data centers in space using solar-powered satellites? Suncatcher. Which Indian cooperative topped the 2025 ICA World Cooperative Monitor Rankings? Amul. To which country did India export its first consignment of fortified rice? Costa Rica. Which Indian city was declared UNESCO Creative City in the field of gastronomy? Lucknow. Who has assumed charge as the Director General of Bureau of Indian Standards? Sanjay Garg. Which country became the first to ban smoking for anyone born after 1st January 2007? Maldives. Which lake in Bihar has recently been declared a Ramsar site? Gogabil Lake. Which country launched nuclear submarine Khabarovsk? Russia. Who was re-elected as the President of Tanzania? Samia Hassan. Who assumed charge as the Controller General of Defense Accounts CGDA? Shri Vishwajit Sahai. In which state was the integrated Sohara tourism circuit launched? Meghalaya. Which company launched Veer, India's first electric vehicle designed for defense operations? Praveg. What is the name of new program launched by UIDAI to enhance Aadhaar security? Sita. If this video helped your preparation, hit like and subscribe.